34 pounds on Fedor.
But Morrow, Fedor has faced bigger,
He's
heavier
semi-shelved
of a career.
Okay, are you ready, sir? Are you ready, sir? Let's go fight.
In 2004, Fedor Emelianenko defeated Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira to win the Pride Heavyweight Grand Prix.
视频前的你，如果在男性持久力、勃起硬度等方面不满意，现在就加郭老师微信358-163-379，让郭老师帮助你持久坚挺，延时20到40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，增强夫妻性生活，28天彻底告别快男软男，做回自信的自己。记住微信358-163-379。
Fedor keeps that left hand real low, and it's deceptive because you can't tell he's going to throw it, and he lifts it up in uppercut or hooking fashion.
Look at the size difference in the hands of Antonio Silva and Fedor Emelianenko.
Silva, a little tentative. Fedor, great at making adjustments on the fly, Frank.
Yeah, fantastic, and he just countered that sort of grip in that position on the cage where he doesn't want to be.
And this is the key that you talked about. This is where Antonio Silva, who I heard at fight time is at 285 pounds, a huge weight differential here, wanting to use the size to wear down Emelianenko.
And I believe he's got the skill and the conditioning to stay in there for a long time. All right, break, separate. Overhand right, left uppercut by Fedor.
But the one thing that's a little worrisome to me about Fedor is he's not setting up that overhand right. And he's already been marked up on his nose. I mean, this is a slugfest.
He just landed.
Oh, beautiful right hand by Silva that backs up Fedor.
Oh, and Silva waved him forward.
I'm surprised. Emelianenko's hands are very low here, Frank. Too low.
They're too low, but he's used them in the past to lure people in because you can't tell where they're coming from. It's a great deceptive ploy, but it leaves his head open for that long jab.
But how many times can you risk fate?
He's Fedor. He can do anything he wants.
Saw referee Mergliata not give him much of an opportunity to stay in this stalemate earlier. Silva has to get busier.
Yeah, that's Silva's responsibility to stay busy in this position if he wants to stay here and be active or remain here for any length of time.
Fedor's made a career out of taking beatings early. I think the fans are anticipating maybe a guillotine choke here.
He's trying to suck it up tight there, but that's an awful large neck. Well, he's putting a hold in.
And the two fighters go to the ground, and Fedor quickly stands up.
Those great hips. He squared his hips up, and he did not get taken down from that.
Yeah, the last time Fedor won via guillotine choke was back in 2001.
I don't know if I agree with Fedor going into this down position.
He also won his MMA debut via guillotine choke, and you're right, Fedor doesn't want to stay here. You know, he learned, I think, from the Fabricio Verdum fight. Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Well, he's Fedor. He can do whatever he wants.
This is a recording.
Grounded foul by Fedor.
Oh, wow. Looking for the far side, Kimura. Against the BJJ black belt. Nice escape by Silva.
50 seconds remaining in the first round.
Yeah, great pace to this opening round. What a fight we're seeing here between Silva and Fedor Emelianenko.
Blood coming out of the nose of Fedor.
He took a big straight right as soon as his back hit the cage just a second ago.
This is where I think Silva needs to do a better job of creating that separation or delivering some short strikes, some knees from this vantage point. Show the referee that you're staying busy. Wow! My goodness. goodness, what a flurry!
And the takedown by Silva with 10 seconds to go in the first.
And a competitive opening round it's been. Great start to this quarterfinal bout.
A lot of bombs being landed in the first round.
Yeah, they wasted no time here. Fedor with just a massive upper hook. And Silva with that extra reach. He popped that right hand a few times. And it backed up. Fedor, look at Silva, wave him on. And they're just marching forward. And I don't like the way Fedor's got his back on the cage because he's taking shots there. He's a smaller guy. He needs to stay a little more mobile. He took that one right on the chin. And he's staying a little too close, in my opinion, to Big Silva.
Alistair Overeem, the Strikeforce heavyweight champion, cage side looking on. He'll fight Fabricio Verdum in his first fight.
It's off Dexter, I think. I think I saw that kid on Dexter.
I think so.
You talked about the reach advantage that Antonio Silva enjoys. 7.5-inch reach advantage, huge size advantage as well.
Are you ready? Let's go, guys.
Antonio Bigfoot Silva, over his last few fights, has been working on his boxing. Beautiful takedown.
Well timed by Silva, coming in underneath the overhand right and taking Fedor down, putting him on his back.
Yeah, very strategic move. I like that. Fedor was coming with the power on that punch, too.
I think a lot of people underestimated. I know the odds were something like 5.5 to 1, Fedor being the favorite. I mean, Antonio Silva is a BJJ black belt, a formidable striker, and again, size does play a factor. Fedor Emelianenko, for all of his strengths and all of his prowess, is an undersized heavyweight. He's finding that out in this fight.
And Silva's doing a good job of continually pressing through that guard and trying to advance his position. You can see his left leg hooked on the leg there of Fedor. He's opening up his legs and he's just marching forward.
Grandmaster in Sambo, self-defense without weapons, loosely translated from Russia. The crowd, of course, a huge Russian contingent, Gus, chanting the Fedor name.
In the first round, they stood for 3 minutes and 55 seconds and were on the ground for 1 minute and 5. And now, Silva passing, getting the side control.
North-south now, and this could be dangerous for Fedor Emelianenko. Switches to the other side. Wow, knee on belly. This Silva very comfortable here.
And he mounted him easily.
Emelianenko, what I was worried about.
And these aren't hammer fists. These are sledgehammer fists, and he's got his back.
Oh, he stretched him out there. Fedor's got to get his back to the mat again. He's going to have to avoid the blows to do it.
We've seen Fedor Emelianenko in trouble before, going back to his Pride days against Kazuki Fujita.
And the energy it takes to roll over like that and push through Silva's weight, that's going to fatigue him out.
He's going for the choke. Emelianenko in all kinds of trouble, eating these hammer fists.
He's got to get his feet on that cage. That's too big of a man on top of him. He needs a little more height to get that and take advantage of it.
And we still have 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in this second round. The great champion in trouble. Ground and pound. Fedor looks defenseless now. This could be about to end. Antonio Bigfoot Silva putting it on the great Fedor Emelianenko.
Silva is absolutely manhandling, dominating Fedor Emelianenko.
He should side choke Fedor right here. He should trap his arm and side choke him.
And that's what he's going for.
That's what he should do.
Going for the arm triangle choke.
That's a big man.
In trouble.
If he could get his body, if Silva can get his body to the side, he's going to choke him out.
Size matters, my friends. We're seeing it here.
And
There he goes. That's really bad positioning. He is choking him with his own arm there.
Fedor.
That's a bad
spot. The crowd is sitting on pins and needles. They're stunned at what they're seeing.
Silva's got to get that arm a little further across his face.
And Fedor turns on him. Wow.
The crowd explodes here in New Jersey. A nice escape by Fedor, but how much energy has he expended? This has been a round dominated by Antonio. Silva.
And Emelianenko exhausted, hanging on for dear life with 1 minute and 20 to go in the second round. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. This is the Strikeforce Grand Prix heavyweight tournament. Upon showtime, Antonio Bigfoot Silva said he needed to beat a legend, to become a legend. And right now, he's in good shape with 1 minute to go.
How did you score the first round, Frank? Because it was very competitive. This one obviously belongs to Antonio Silva.
Yeah, I would have, I don't know about the first round. I might have given it to Fedor, but this one is all Silva.
Is there an argument for a 10-8 round? Because of the near submission.
Could be. What's hard to tell is to fight out of a choke is a tremendous movement. Oh, knee bar! He's in a knee bar. Now that knee's just below his groin, so it's not exactly on it, but that's gotta hurt.
26 seconds to go. Emelianenko's eyes swollen.
Emelianenko's gonna go for a leg lock. He's going for a Sambo leg lock.
The Grandmaster and Sambo.
Not affecting Silva at all.
He's gonna try to break the Bigfoot.
6 seconds. Nope, not at all. He'll just wait.
What a round. Dominant round by Antonio Silva. His right eye is a mess.
Oh, it's almost closed.
Wow, if you can't see, I mean...
I can't find it, we can't see.
Referee Merculion has waved off the fight. They're stopping the fight. They've stopped
it. They have stopped it.
They've stopped this fight. Antonio Silva has won. Unbelievable.
Don't let him. Don't let him.
This is a stunning turn of events.
Fedor doesn't know. Silva just found out.
I mean, his eye is swollen shut.
You can't fight.
There seems to be confusion in the cage. I saw referee Dan Mergliata wave it off. Antonio Silva has advanced to the semifinals of this Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix.
And I don't think Silva knows.
I don't think he knows.
Now they do.
Now he does.
Now he does. Amazing.
Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
A huge win, and Gus, you said it best. In order to become a legend, you have to defeat one, and he put a beating on Fedor Emelianenko. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? He had a very smart game. He used that reach, he popped that jab, and then they got in there.
And like I say, sure, make Fedor the favorite based on performance and whatnot. How could this guy have been a 5-1 underdog is beyond me. The size, he's been underestimated far too long. The biggest win of his career, Antonio Bigfoot Silva. A tremendous victory, improving to 16-2. And moving to the Final Four along with Sergey Karatanov tonight. Let's see this moment here between the two fighters.
Wow, he bowed to him. That's respect.
Ultimate respect to a legend. An amazing display of respect and sportsmanship from a very gracious victor.
Well, it was the bad positioning, one, but more so the hammer fist that just continued to beat down poor Fedor, and his face shows it. I mean, look at him. Silva's just holding his head down and punching him in place, letting him roll around. He wasn't getting out of that position. Every time he rolled over, he opened his legs. He let him get the back. He choked him a little bit, and he just rode him, stretched him out.
How much did size play a factor in this fight?
This was all size. I mean, take nothing from Silva.
No,
Silva is an awesome fighter, but when you talk about 34 pounds in this sport. That is
34,
that's
almost 40 plus, I bet.
That's just hard, man. And the punching difference. When you talk about you punch someone with 40 extra pounds behind your fist.
At this stage of his career, can Fedor make the move down to light heavyweight?
Oh, here's Silva.
Can he make that move down to 205?
I don't know. Let's see it. Let's see the reaction. Come on, hey, let's see him. This is what it's about, man. Yeah, baby.
Tremendous win for Antonio Bigfoot Silva. 2 losses in a row, both via submission for Fedor Emelianenko. And Jimmy Lennon Jr. now has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor stops this contest at the end of round number 2 with Fedor unable to see out of his right eye. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. Continuing to the semifinals of the Strikeforce Heavyweight World Grand Prix, Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
All right, first of all, folks, what an incredible performance by these 2 warriors in the cage tonight. Fedor, Bigfoot Silva, please, let's give them a round of applause for leaving their all in the cage. Antonio, tonight you defeated a legend and have earned a place in MMA history with this win.
Razão, você agora essa noite ganhou de uma lenda, uma figura histórica do MMA.
Yeah, I'm training too hard in Boca Raton with my camp, Imperial Athlete, with Guto, Baker, Master Chris Brown, Carlos, Wally too, and man, I'm training too hard for this fight. I say I'm ready. And all the people say, Fedor, Fedor, Fedor. And before I say, I know I was not in my home, eat pizza, watch movie, and drink soda. I'm training too hard, and I show for the world now. Thank you, everybody.
At the end of this fight, it took some time for you to know that you had won this fight, and then the emotions just overflowed for you.
No final da luta, levou muito tempo para você entender que você tinha ganho a luta e as emoções todas te passar por cima.
Yeah, because I think all film in my head now. From Paraíba, I'm security in Brazil. I'm work 12 hours, and after these 12 hours, I go to my gym for training. And now I'm here on Strikeforce. Thank Showtime, Strikeforce, and I won for the best heavyweight in the world as a Fedor. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations, Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Folks, once again, Antonio Bigfoot Silva has come a long way in his career, back to the Elite XC days, and now he defeats the legend that is Fedor Emelianenko.
Yes, and I want to say more. Thanks, Wally, Dan Lambert from American Top Team. Thank you for your support. Rosario, I love you so much. Te amo, meu amor. Annie, Aisha, I love you, my kids. My dad, my mom, my all brothers. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Rosario, eu te amo.
All right, let's go back to cage side, and we will have Fedor in just a moment.
All right, Frank, we've been told that in the first round, 2 of the 3 judges gave Fedor the round 10-9. The other judge scored it 10-9 for Silva. The second round, all 3 judges gave it to Antonio Silva, but Doug Crosby, taking after what I was talking about, gave Silva 10-8 second round, and I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, he completely dominated in every aspect of the round and was, on top for half the round.
All right, well, let's take a look at the CompuStrike statistics of this. Another upset as Antonio Silva dominates Fedor Emelianenko en route to the second round victory after the doctor deems that Fedor Emelianenko can no longer compete because he can't see in his right eye.
And domination is absolutely right. It was dominant positions. There's 5 dominant positions that Silva had. He got on top, he held himself in those positions, and he took his time to do the damage.
All right, let's go back up to the cage. Gus Johnson standing by with Fedor Emelianenko.
Thank you very much, Mauro. I'm standing by with the legend, Fedor Emelianenko. And Fedor, Obviously, you can tell that people love you all around the world, especially here in the New York metropolitan area. This was your second loss. Can you give us an idea of what happened in the cage with Antonio Silva?
Федор, как вы видите, вас любят и вас знают и по всему миру. И люди вас приветствуют, особенно в метрополии Нью-Йорка. Подскажите, пожалуйста, это второе ваше поражение. Как это произошло? Как это случилось?
Спасибо вам большое за вашу любовь, за вашу поддержку. Спасибо. Ну, как произошло? Немножко с самого начала пошло что-то не так. Вот, и не смог перестроиться по ходу боя. Ну ничего, наверное, пора завязывать мне.
Thank you very much for your love and support. And what happened, maybe I didn't manage to readjust myself. Something went wrong from the very beginning and I didn't manage to readjust myself. Maybe it's the time to leave.
Wow. Do you think, now that you've lost your second straight fight, that this could be the final time we see you in the cage?
Думаете ли вы, что вот этот ваш второй бой, поражение, это может быть наш последний раз, когда мы вас видим в октагоне?
Да, возможно. Видно, пора. Слава Богу за все. Я и так провел большую, длинную и очень хорошую спортивную жизнь. Вот, но видно, Господу так угодно. Пора, наверное, мне уходить.
Yes, maybe it's the last time. Maybe it's high time. Thanks God for everything. I've spent a great, beautiful, long sport life. Maybe it's God's will.
Well, if this is the last time, you've been an incredible champion, Fedor. Everybody in this building, fans, fighters, the great Fedor Emelianenko. This is history. It may be the last time we see him.
Федор, вы потрясающий, невероятный, огромный спортсмен. И все вас поддерживают и любят. Мы надеемся, что это не последний раз.
Ну, будет видно. Большое вам спасибо за ваше тепло, за вашу поддержку. Я вас тоже очень люблю, и все мои выступления были для вас. Слава Богу за все.
Thank you very much for your love, for your warm reception, for your support. Thanks God for everything. Не последнее выступление.
And thank you. Now let's go cage side. Tomorrow and Frank.
Frank, we talk about tournaments creating moments that last forever. This was not a moment that any of us anticipated. No. Not the fact that he lost. Antonio Silva, full credit for the win. But the fact that Fedor Emelianenko may have just announced his retirement from the sport is a shocker.
That's what happens in tournaments. They're unpredictable. Anything can happen. I'm literally speechless. I mean, I did not see that coming.
An unbelievable night here as we've seen Sergey Haratonov destroy Andrei Arlovsky, and you talk about a guy who may be contemplating retirement. Arlovsky's now lost 4 in a row via form of knockout as we're joined once again by Gus Johnson. And Gus, maybe the last time we see Fedor Emelianenko leave the cage. A stunning turn of events here tonight.
You're absolutely right, Mauro. And he gave up a lot of weight, Frank. He gave up height. He gave up reach. He is getting older. He's been in a lot of wars.
He's been in a lot of wars.